Everybody, welcome to Snow Talk, where we're going to talk about tornadoes. Makes sense, doesn't it? It's been a long 24 hours, so this is going to be a fairly short video today. Should give you an indicator of how things are trending when it comes to anything frozen down the road here. Just a real quick reminder, our stats are always listed there at the bottom, and again, we're already behind normal, but that's usually the case this time of year. We should be at 1/10 of an inch of snow. Don't panic on that, snow lovers. It's about the tornado events. We had strong signatures yesterday. We had that one supercell in Lawrence County. Weather Service in Indianapolis controls you guys, and they will likely survey that today. We'll let you know what they find in the northwest sections there of Lawrence. And then we had this little weak wave, little ripple, if you will, that tracked along southern areas of Indiana, and that's where the max area of rotation was, roughly just west of Orange County, all the way through Orange, Washington, and it continued into Jefferson County and then Trimble after that. But it was at max point where it likely did touch down, and so there's going to be 3 areas of weather services on their way out to right now to check out. 2 into Washington County, 1 into Orange County, just north of Paoli. When you look at the shear markers, even from last evening, this right here would actually be the center of it, where the rotation was fairly intense on either side of this rotation of the potential tornado, which is likely, based on what we're looking at, it looks like it's going to be that kind of a deal. You know, when you deal with nocturnal events, you pretty much have to go with radar data. It's really hard to spot these things until you look at the damage and compare it to the radar. But the radar signature was impressive there west of Salem. This one not as much, but still a factor, and that's why they're going to survey up there into northwest areas of Washington County. So what's next? Well, another round of rain. I know you're thrilled to hear that for tonight. It's going to be fine through the evening, but overnight tonight is when we're going to see it ramp up south to north. Some lightning and thunder is possible. Nothing severe is expected out of this, but we could see some heavy rain, over an inch of rain. I wouldn't rule it out along and south of the parkways tonight, some of those heavier downpours. Otherwise, a good 1/4 to 1/2 inch for the rest of us, it looks like. And a lot of it's going to be out of here by, I would say, lunch tomorrow. So this is another nighttime rain event coming our way. But because it's so quick on arriving, we're not going to have much in a change when it comes to warming up today or really for tomorrow. So status quo, 50s across the board. So let's get right into the snow side of things, and we look ahead here the next 14 days. Not much to talk about. No surprise. Most of the snow action is going to be in the plains, the front range of the Rockies. But still, the majority of it is going to be in Canada, where the pattern is still locked up in that area. So the snowboard, we're going to keep it clear for now. I think we're going to have to wait until we get further into the month there of November. When you look at the upper air pattern, we've got one little piece of energy. It's going to skip past us to the south Wednesday and Thursday. If it were to move into here, it would actually probably would have something frozen involved in it. But it looks like it's going to be too suppressed to bother us. After that, the high pressure builds in. Very cold here compared to as of late, and even colder for the Northeast. I mean, they're really going to get slammed with this cold blast toward the end of the week here for New England and to the Great Lakes. Maybe some lake effect snow kicking in up there off of Lake Michigan. And then as we head into this weekend, another wave moves in. We should warm up in time for it to be in liquid form Saturday night into Sunday. And then yet another wave about the mid portion of that next week. So it's a very progressive, fast-moving pattern. These systems will have a lot of time to scoop up a lot of moisture, and they don't have a lot of time to dig and deepen and become powerful systems. So they're in and they're out, spaced out about every 48, in some cases 60 hours from each other, and we get little waves of rainfall as they pass through. And that's kind of the trend really for a while. We're looking at the organic forecasting, the Rossby wave stuff, and this is how we cycle through all the different waves that come across the globe, and we track them as they go across other continents, and then see how the pattern could potentially repeat itself as it moves through our area again. And looking ahead here, they're all over the place and different members of this. The green is the average of it all. You see a potential dip as we head into about the 19th or 20th. That's certainly possible as we head into that period of November. Otherwise, I think the more dramatic ones shown up here, very close to or just after Thanksgiving, that we could see a dip in that point. And in fact, that is where it's trying to indicate that we may have our next chance of some snow potentially showing up at that time. Anytime you see these, usually I like to delay them a little further out than when they're shown. So it's likely going to be after Thanksgiving, and probably the last couple of days in the month is when that potential dynamic change could happen. Would that mean another round of severe weather before we get to that? That's certainly possible. When the jet stream and the overall upper air pattern gets more amplified like that, we're always going to be at risk for what we just went through when it comes to a very dramatic warm-up and potentially a very dramatic cold chill blast in the backside. And that's pretty much how you deal with these things when you get into the late fall season especially. So we'll trend it. Right now, I think the main show for this winter is going to be more toward December into parts of early January. Between now and and then it's going to be pretty much status quo, guys, and we'll take it one step at a time. That's how it looks today. We'll see how it looks coming up tomorrow.